right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Ram Nation. We're thrilled to have you join us for another exciting season. Just like last year, our goal remains the same: to highlight the incredible voices and stories from our school community. We'll be diving into engaging conversations with students, teachers, and staff, celebrating the unique experiences that makes our school special, whether that's inside the classroom, outside the classroom. So sit back, relax, and let us get started here. My name is Eric Novak, teacher and coach in the RHS, as well as Jake Torciello, who is also the other host, teacher and coach in the building as well. So, Mr. Torciello, please.
Yeah, great to be here. Other host here. So I'm Mr. Torciello, and today we normally ask the teachers to fill out a Microsoft form, and for any teachers who are listening, please fill out that Microsoft form. Shameless plug there, right, Mr. Novak? We need more people to give us some recommendations, but this absolutely for our first segment, we decided that we wanted to select the people to be on our podcast, and this is the first time that we've ever done this. So the people we have selected today, I think, are two remarkable students and community contributors, and
Absolutely.
that's Kayla Brand and Jack Leonard.
Come on, let's give it up.
Live studio audience here today.
Yeah, everyone calm down.
So, Mr. Novak, would you like to explain first as to why you selected your choice?
Absolutely. So, and I would have taken, there's a lot of students. This was a really hard decision. There's a lot of great students that I have great interaction with, but who I've decided to go with is you, Jack Leonard. Jack, I just wanted to say a few words about you as to why I chose you, and I'm sure you can kind of get an idea about what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. So your genuine nature, I feel like, really stands out. I feel like you're a hard worker who brings enthusiasm to everything that you do, making it a joy to coach you and teach you. You have a great sense of humor, and it lightens the mood. I admire the wonderful relationship you have that with your parents, your friends, and I just think it speaks volumes about your character. And most importantly, your ability to connect with anyone, I feel like, is remarkable. You make people feel seen, you make them feel valued, and I feel like that's a special gift. So I just want to thank you for being such a inspiring presence in our school and our community. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you accomplish this year as a junior and especially as a senior, and then even after. So you're just a guy that I think is awesome. And I'm just happy to have gotten to know you over these years.
Thank you, Novak. I appreciate that.
He was the officiant to my wedding, Jack. He did not say such nice things about me.
Oh, come on.
And so for my pick, and like Mr. Novak said, there's everyone in the school has something to contribute. And as I was thinking about who I would want to invite onto the podcast, I was talking to Mrs. T, and we were going through, lists of students that we've had in the past that we felt were really impactful. And we had thought about like how I had taught this current senior class as freshmen. And I had said to her, like, who out of this group really made a lasting impact, like a really great first impression. And she had mentioned Kayla Brand. And she was like, Kayla Brand's so attentive. She nods when you're talking. She engages with you. She's enthusiastic. She's kind, compassionate. And, it was a really nice moment for me because I got to relive that same experience of when I had you as a freshman. And, the same experience that I've had for, really the last 4 years with every day in lunch and seeing you in basketball practice and interacting with you in the hallways and hundreds of others of interactions. And it was really a testament to how much I respect you as a person and how much I believe in your ability to lead, your ability to really like make that connection with people, to put aside differences or to engage with similarities and be someone who everyone looks at in the room as someone they can count on. And I think that's a really, really special thing to have.
Oh, thanks, Mr. T.
So with that being said, the way we're going to start this off, we're going to ask you both pretty much the same question here. So we want this, we're still kind of in the start of the school year, right? What are we, 5 weeks in, 6 weeks in?
This is week 5, I think.
Week 5. So everyone at some point in their life goes through, you get introduced to a new place, new people, right? Like soon you guys are going to go to college. You're going to be introduced to new people, new places, new activities, different opportunities. And so what I want this episode to be about, or what me and Coach T wanted this episode to be about, is how, especially for freshmen that are coming in, or even for 8th graders that will soon be coming in next year, what is it that you guys, what advice would you give to people when you're coming into new places and you're meeting new people? Because I feel like you two do that exceptionally well, right? Like you come in, you almost make it look easy, you make it look effortless. And so what would you say to anyone that's entering new places, whether that is a freshman in high school, freshman in college, someone that's starting a new job, anything at all? Because you guys are very good at it.
Honestly, I think it's just like, don't be afraid to reach out to people. People want to help you. Like guys like myself and other people around me, like are willing to help anyone. And like, all you have to do is reach out, and don't be afraid to make new friends or like go out and talk to people, because everyone loves these interactions, especially whether it's in the hallway, on the basketball court, or outside of school, anywhere. Like it's really important to make these connections with people, and it just helps you in the future with everything you do to be able to make connections with people.
Well said. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. And like I feel like just being like positive, like someone can like see like a positive attitude or like someone with like good energy, and like that's the kind of people that like you want to be around. So, and like also just being like nice to everyone and like being outgoing and like showing people you care, like want to be friends and like want to make effort into that relationship, like shows a lot about a person.
Can you recall a moment from your underclassmen days of when you were put into a social situation that maybe at first you were a little bit nervous about, but you know, putting yourself out there, like you said, or making the connection, having that positive attitude was really the difference maker in you becoming more comfortable and confident with yourself?
Yeah, I think as a freshman during when we would do the Tomorrow's Leaders stuff, we were all with these older kids, and it can seem a little intimidating at first, but these kids just want to help you and want to build these connections with you. And I feel like I reached out and talked to Joey Tomeno on the first day, and then it became like one of my like strongest friendships with him. And I think that it's just important to be able to talk to these older kids, and because they have a new perspective that you really haven't seen in your life.
Yeah, and like also just like going into like new classes, like especially like freshman year, like I feel like just being like positive, like that's how like you create like good like relationships with teachers. Like I feel like Mr. T, that's what happened to us freshman year. Like just like being like positive, like happy in class, like especially with your teachers, like they notice that, and like that's how you create like such like strong relationships. And like I had you 4 years ago, and we still talk like every single day.
Yep.
So like those like bonds like last.
So, and thank you for that. You both were very well spoken as well. What has been, another question here is, what has been one of the biggest challenges you feel like you've faced in high school, or something that surprised you, and how have you responded to that?
And it could be something that's, you know, academically related, extracurricular, sports, whatever it might be.
One of the biggest challenges I feel like I've faced so far is like managing the work between basketball, school, and like other activities with my friends, because it's difficult to do that, but you definitely have to prioritize schoolwork, as that's the most important factor. But don't beat yourself up over like bad grades and stuff, because it happens. It's just what you can do to recover from that, because you can't change a bad grade, but you can change how you approach the next test or the next assignment.
Yeah, I agree. And like I was gonna say too, like time management, like between like sports, friends, schoolwork, like that's been like one of the hardest things for me. So like that's like one of the big like takeaways I've had through high school is like every time like I get work or like get a test, like start like studying or working on it like right when you get it, so you don't leave it to like the last minute. And then yeah, like bad grades, like those can be like hard, but like that's why like of course you want to care. Like when you put too much like pressure on yourself every time you get a bad test grade, like it makes it worse. So kind of just like move on and like work harder the next time.
So, in thinking about your futures, right? Eventually, especially Kayla, it's going to happen to you sooner. You're going to be a freshman again, coming into college. What would be the primary advice that you want to give to future Kayla or future Jack when you get into the same shoes again of being a freshman? And then, how do you think you could possibly integrate that advice to some of the freshmen that we have here at the high school?
I just think keep an open mind, because you never know what you're going to experience, who you're going to meet. And I think that's the most important thing, is to make sure you're open to your surroundings, people around you, and like just be kind to everyone, because you never know who you're going to run into or meet.
Yeah, and like I feel like just like I want to make sure like next year, like especially like I'm like outgoing, and like although like something maybe I might get like nervous or like might not want to go to something, like, especially all like freshman orientations, like I want to make sure I like go to all of that and like meet and like talk to as many people as I can, and like not hold or like limit myself even if I'm nervous, like just work through that.
So I feel like what you're both are basically saying is, you know, you want to connect, you know, you want to connect with the school, you want to connect with the community, and you two already are very good at that, and I'm not worried about you two with that. It's kind of like sometimes, you have like a good connection with someone, right? But sometimes it's like easier with others and harder for others. Like for example, like Jack, I feel like me and you have like a really good connection, right? Like it was really quick. I met you freshman year. It was just an easy conversation. It's almost like sometimes we finish each other's sentences. Whoa.
Novak.
Wow.
That was a little freaky.
That was crazy.
Well, hold on.
Hold on 1 second.
Kayla and I also have a really good connection here. So give me a second. All right, Kayla, I'm thinking about something right now. On the count of 3, we're going to say it at the same exact time. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Water
History.
bottles. Wait, we got it, right?
Yeah.
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 Jack, maybe we'll try.
Okay.
All right, ready? Same word on the count of 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Podcast.
Oh, wow.
Come on, Novak.
Wow, come on. Wow. You gotta be kidding me.
This is kind of gross.
All right, so speaking of finishing each other's sentences right now, Coach T is going to run a new segment that we're going to try on the show here. We don't know if it's going to go great, but I hope that you two are just going to try it out. Coach T, do you want to explain?
Yeah, so I have a list of, it has nothing to do with school, by the way. This is just something fun that we came up with that we thought we'd bring onto the podcast. So I have a list of a bunch of very common phrases, and I'm going to list it off to each of you, and then you're going to rapid fire try and finish each other's
sentences.
There we go, sandwiches. So, Kayla, would you like to go first?
Sure.
All right, everyone, calm down.
This crowd is great today.
They are good.
Really?
Okay, here we go.
So I have 10 straight. You're going to answer all 10 straight, and then afterwards, Jack, we're going to bounce over to you.
Okay.
So I do all of them.
You're doing all of them.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Starting now. Oh, oops, I was looking at the wrong list. I'm so sorry. Starting now. The early bird gets the...
Worm.
A picture is worth 1,000.
Words.
Don't count your chickens before they...
Hatch.
Actions speak louder than...
Words.
Mr. Novak is...
Funny.
The grass is always greener on the other.
Side.
You can't judge a book by its...
Cover.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets...
Going.
Randolph girls basketball will be...
Undefeated.
Oh, I like that one.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
2 heads are better than...
1.
Jack Leonard smells...
Awful.
Laughter is the best form
No
of...
hesitation.
Medicine.
Yeah, nice.
Coach T is...
Amazing.
Yes.
All right.
Magic sound.
It's pretty good. Oh, yeah. Where's
Magic
that?
sound.
Very nice.
Lovely. All right, Jack, you ready?
Yep.
Rome wasn't built in a...
Day.
I think of Rome how many times a...
Day.
And how many times do you think of Rome a day?
A bunch.
Nice. I like that. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it...
Run. Swim.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Carry on.
Every cloud has a silver...
Lining.
Nice. The pen is mightier than the...
Writer. You're giving me some tough ones here.
Yeah, they are kind of hard.
Sword.
The sword.
When it rains, it...
Pours.
A stitch in time saves...
Lives.
Nice. An apple day keeps the...
Doctor away.
Beggars can't be...
Choosers.
Novak is...
Phenomenal.
Nice. That was it.
All right.
That was it.
All right. How do we think that went?
I thought it was okay.
I thought that went well.
These questions were a little lopsided, but it's
I
okay.
think I won.
Kayla won. So, wow, just like that, it's already been almost 14 minutes. We try to keep it under 15 for sure. So I thought that we could close with maybe any closing remarks that you guys want to give a shout out to, whether that's a teacher, a friend, family member, anyone that listens to this podcast. Anything you want to say? Go ahead.
I'd like to shout out my family. I like to shout out Lav. I like to shout out Coach T and Coach Novak for getting me to where I am today. And I'd like to shout out the entire Randolph basketball program as a whole.
Love it.
I would like to shout out my family because hopefully they'll listen to this. And then also Coach Bradley, Coach Keshtakarni, and my basketball and soccer teams.
I love it.
Nice. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
No, we really appreciate it. And anything from you, Mr. Novak?
No, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for starting the season 2 off on a very positive note. Thank you everyone for listening to this, and that concludes our show for this month. Thank you.
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Signing off.